All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. And as promised, my fifth champion is here today. And I was just trying to practice her name. And if I still say it wrong, please forgive me. We will welcome Jamile. And she's here to talk about so much that before she talks about what she does and what it is, I must say that I've recently found myself in her orbit and in her place, and I'm totally blown away since then. And the part of the reasons suddenly from 100 weeks it became 100 days is her, because with her, that session I attended, I suddenly shrunk it from 100 weeks to 100 days, and it must be done, because that's how the message came when I was doing her thing, that it must be done like this. So I want to thank her for, even if I was reluctant, it was 3:30 a.m. in the morning for me. I went ahead and I was totally awake for 3 hours when she did it. And in fact, I never even slept, Jamile, after that. I was so charged up. Uh,
Wow.
and I'm going to pass this on to her to introduce herself, because she's going to do a better job of doing that. And Jamile, welcome, and thank you for joining my uh, this project of 100 self-portrait, 100 dreams to inspire moms. And that book is going to be all about, um, moms knowing that if these 100 women can do it, we can do it too. The vision is, when this book goes on any mother's table and she's feeling like she can't do it, these 100 women will become alive for her in that book and say, you can. That's why it's like going to be a very powerful thing for me to make it happen. And you're my fifth champion, and I'm totally thrilled to have you here, and I'm totally thrilled that I could do this, and you're here so early, and you're going to be till the end in the journey with me. It's going to be a long journey with you on that. So, Jamile, go ahead. The stage is yours. Talk about what you do, what it is all about, and do talk about your journey as a mom.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shika, for having me here. And I love it because even though I believe that your name is Shika, right?
Yeah,
It's like you're
right.
such a chic woman. You're such a chic mom. And even in our craziness, right, of being a mom, you make it look so elegant. And I actually am super honored and talking to you this morning, telling me about your music and your thoughts. Like it's teary-eyed. I'm like, great, I put makeup on. This is not gonna work. Don't make me cry right before here. But just to have
Thanks
you
a lot.
so passionate and so excited about being able to do this, not just for yourself, but like you've seen a bigger calling, a bigger mission. And in my mind's eye, I can actually see it like a coffee book table where these little girls are coming up and like they're looking at these different moms all over the world. Even saying it, I get chills thinking about it. Moms all over the world, from North Carolina, from Australia, from China, from India, like wow, you could be all of it. And so I just want to introduce myself. So yeah, I am a mom. I'm a mom that I biologically had 4 children, and then with my second husband, I gained a stepdaughter. So I have 5 children, and I am 45 years old and just had my last son. His name is Sage. And to be honest with you, I was just asking Shika, when do you get your brain back as a mom? And I think we've decided it doesn't happen.
Not
And that
happening.
is why, in this crazy mode, in this mom mode, in this beautiful essence of what a mom is, that's when we can really create, right? Because we can do, I guarantee any mom out there right now, you give them like bread and butter, and you're going to make a meal for everybody. And even if you think you can't, you're going to find a way. And that is where I feel this movement is coming from. And then you just shared your song, and it's like lit me up. Like I can't stop vibrating of I am alive. So I will put later when I'm commenting in here that link, because that is where I feel when I talk to women like Shika. I feel alive. I feel that that is the reason why we're here, right? Not just for the depression moments. Even though yesterday was a little sad moment for me, and not sad because anything's wrong, but sad because we have to feel all of our emotions. So, what does this movement mean? Like, this movement is part of my momhood. This movement is almost like a celebration of who it is that I chose to become. Because let's face it, if we're a mom, a lot of times we chose to be a mom, right? We chose to be a mom. And so what I feel like, and even if you have a fur baby, right? Children in four legs or birds, and you really are momming these animals, these things that are around us, being a mom is such a precious thing. And what I believe that this is going to do is allow us to be the mom to ourselves. And someone that like I really love so much, Renew, and I think she's one of your champions too. She,
Before this, just before
oh,
you,
awesome.
it's already been announced before you.
I love it. I love it. So, just learning how to also be a mom to ourselves, which
Right.
is what I am learning. And it's funny because I was never taught to be a mom to myself. As
Right.
a Latina, in Colombia, South America, we
Right.
were taught like to be a mom, to be a wife, to be a good mom, to be a good wife, right? Even though you feel like you're a failure all the time. And so my culture almost like instilled in me since I was little this. And then being born in America, where there's more liberties as being a woman, and not liberties in a bad way, but liberty as like freedom. Like we can, be a lawyer, we can do so many things. And my daughter actually told me that, my 18-year-old, and said, Mom, I don't like that I am expected to serve my man's plate. And so I believe that this movement is going to call those questions, is going
Right.
to ask and answer questions that we don't even know why the heck we do it. We do it because
Right.
it's like so ingrained in us. So I've got a question for you. What are we going to do when all these young girls say, wait a minute, what do you mean you serve your man's plate? What do you mean all this stuff that's been conditioned on us because of culture or religion? Like these are
Right.
going to be some heavy conversations that you're doing for years to come.
Right. Right. In fact, Jamila, when I started this, the reason why I started this, and the common thing that I'm finding through and through, just like I always keep using this sign, I don't know why, because I find it right under here. Like mothers above this are like standing and moving forward with whatever confidence they can show and collect and move forward in either their dreams or showing up every day or waking up every morning. But what's happening under this here is they have started to feel that, and it's not very consciously, but since they've become a mom, they're losing themselves. And the reason why I wanted to start this also is because yes, you're talking about kids, but I want my kids to not feel, and I myself started feeling like that, not consciously, in spite of being probably called a very obsessed mom, probably called a very involved mom, never left my children back even for a night to gone anywhere, right? In spite of that, I was somewhere coming up, finding myself talking as if, my children were the reason why I deteriorated. It sounded like that, which was not a good thing. When I found myself consciously talking like that, oh, 8 years back, my hair was like, when you complimented my hair, I was just like, listen, I've been talking that my hair have got so bad for so many years. And only recently, since the time I've dropped all that thing, I find my hair coming back. But before this, everything was like something that I was very proud of, as basic as my hair. I was blaming it on becoming a mom. I don't have time. I don't have this. I don't have that. And then I was like, is my universe, which is so full of my kids, going to believe that I deteriorated after them? Or was I growing? Were they becoming the reason for my growth? Or were they becoming the reason for my deterioration? And then I find mothers to keep saying that when they're leaving, at 18 and 19, we feel totally empty. And this is what we did for them. We gave up everything. And then, now we feel that we've nothing.
Mm.
It's the very thing that happened. I was researching for a course that I was trying to prepare to help moms to take self-portrait during pandemic, but something else has come out that subconsciously we're making our children the reason for our deterioration, which is not a nice thing. Even if I'm saying it out loud, and most mothers might think, no, that's not the reason, but we catch ourselves saying it again and again. When I used to go for shoots, and I've been shooting for 20 years, portraits of mothers, the lot of time mothers would come with their old pictures and say, I used to look like this.
Mm.
You can look even better of your this state even now, but
Yeah.
this feeling doesn't leave us. And even if we look okay from outside, somehow this feeling doesn't leave us of how we look. And what happens is when you pick up this camera, these chatters that come up around us is so strong that you know we just keep showing this camera away, but it is not the camera, it's just a gadget. It's like, it's not this, it's what we will see when the picture comes out is scaring us. And I want to remove that scare. If it scares you, change it, but
Yeah.
see it right into the eye. Like, when you don't let these cameras stop you from showing up or showing you who you've become, which is okay. If I was just telling somebody yesterday, I lost my 4 molars in both my pregnancy because I was not taking care of myself.
Oh,
Huh?
wow.
I can tell genes, my this, my that. But it was very, very depressing for me to even come up with this thing and today say it, out in public that yes, this is happening to me, but it was happening because of me, not because of my kids. I'm
Oh
losing.
my God, you're gonna make me cry. It
Oh,
just,
I,
that's, it's so, first of all, the vulnerability that you share that with, literally. So the past 3 days, I've had a canker sore inside. I don't know there's another name for it, but it's like those things that burn inside your mouth. And as I'm meditating this morning, and as I'm allowing, my own growth, what came to me is, Yamile, the reason why is because you're not speaking up. And if you knew me, right, I'm loud and I'm this and all that stuff. But just because you can open up and speak doesn't mean you actually speak your heart.
right.
And so immediately I went to go get my cup, like almost a ceremony. I gave the baby to my husband. I hear him crying. I heard something fall, and I was like, oh my goodness. No, surely my husband wouldn't drop the baby like a sack of potatoes. and, and I was like, I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust that it was a sack of potatoes and not the baby. And I did a ceremony, and I put salt in hot water, and I went to rinse my mouth out, and I said, I'm cleansing you. I'm
Right.
cleansing you and allowing you to speak your voice.
Yeah.
So the fact that you talk about your molars, right? Because we give, it's not that we're quiet, right? Because you and I could talk,
Right.
but we're quiet in the things that are going to matter even more to our souls and to the
Right.
souls of others.
Right.
So, wow.
No,
That,
wow. What you're saying is wow, because till now I was like putting it on a surface by thinking that it was not me taking care of myself, but you've put another deep, one step deeper, saying that it makes sense because I actually didn't speak up. When I lost my first 3 molars with the older one, I was not speaking up about what I was feeling for a very long time. And
yeah.
I think that whole thing affected my molars. And I was just like, again, now when you're telling me, I was clinching, most of the time, trying to not speak up. And that's the reason why probably they became loose and I didn't take care of them. But it's just like, it was one of my stories. And I was always known to bring, like, I used to bring light to my clients' pictures. My mom's, whoever is watching today for 20 years know, when I entered into their space, when I came out, they always felt elevated. They always felt that the light was there. And a lot of moms told me, the mom you've shot, I don't know that mom. And when
Mm,
the camera faced me, Yamile, it's the minute it faced me, I was just like, I'm thinking just like those moms, but there's nobody on the other side to pick me up right now, right? Who's
yeah.
going to pick me up and show me my face? So I decided to take my own camera and start seeing my face, and I just did not like it. And then I
Wow.
realized that it's not my journey, it's the mother's journey. And then I wanted to launch a course, and then the research showed me that every mom was speaking the same language. They were just changing the words everywhere. The language was totally the same. Everywhere the language was same. And you know,
You, dang it.
yeah, I mean, what you just told me about clinching, I'm trying to be very this thing, but I think I did that. And thanks for making me realize that I did that. And it's very important to speak up. And I'm glad people like you are coming here, because that book, I see that book on the table of moms,
Yes.
and when they are sitting on by self and they open Jamila, and then Jamila's contact is there and the story is there, they can contact Jamila, because the book will have your contacts. It will have where you can reach this. Whichever page speaks to whoever, I will also probably urge these 100 moms who are in there that if a mom reaches out to you, just speak to them. No matter you're a lawyer, you're whatever you are doing, just speak to
Yeah.
them and say you'll be fine. Because I think the mom just needs to hear you'll be fine. Just
Yeah.
look at it, like they just need to hear that you'll be fine. And that's this book's essence and soul, that you'll be fine, and if these mothers can do it, so can you. That's like the bottom line. Anyway, we can go off tangent because of the connectivity I've had with you, Yamila. And I want you to tell people about what you do, because I'm also here taking this opportunity of whatever and whoever I know to introduce Jamila and what she is and what she does. And in spite of these screens, she can actually get through you and connect to you, which is the most beautiful thing that I found about you. And I knew it somewhere since I've met you, that there is something. But after attending your sessions, and I am telling more people, she's coming up with more sessions. I am going to put her link after this live into the thing. You can click on it, go to her links, attend. But please go ahead and tell me all about what your love for, what's your dream, and what are you doing.
So thank you so much. Wow. Like this is the type of environment I love to be in, right? The realness. Because for years it's like, oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Even though inside there's something that's hurting that I want to connect. That if I asked, how are you doing? It's because I'm screwing up or I feel like I'm screwing up and
Right.
I need your heart, right? I need to know that, I got a canker sore. That's okay. I lost my teeth. That's okay. We're together, sister. And so this whole 100 days, 100 moms, 100 portraits is really the portrait of the collective mom.
Right.
And so I'm very emotional, yes, because I had a baby 3 months ago, but also because now it's time for the fruition of what it is that I've always wanted to do. And what I've always wanted to do is to end the silent suffering of this mind because of all the stuff that's around us. And that could be abuse, that could be trauma, that could be not good enough, too fat, too ugly, too short, too you know what I'm talking about. And so ending the silent suffering, but not just there, because we're big on the yin yang, we're big on the polarities,
Right.
ending the silent suffering and then creating the life that I truly desire.
Right.
Not just saying, oh my goodness, thank goodness I'm healed, it's gone. No, but now what do you want? Now what do you want? And if what you want is just a peanut butter jelly sandwich, then let's start with that. And
Yes.
taking those small steps. But I'm scared, Yamile. I'm scared to even say I want a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Okay, I'm scared with you. Let's go. I'm scared that my name in Punjabi means crazy woman, but let's go. Like, what are the odds that you interview a woman who has ignite the wild woman within? You're in a country that the name means wild, crazy woman. You can't make this up, Shika. Everything is part of the process of unfolding, kind of like a lotus. And how exciting. Let me ask you, do you guys have like lotus just growing outside in certain areas? Because we don't have lotus in popular here.
Uh, yes, I mean, originally India had a lot of lotus ponds, because of the city coming up and stuff. But even now, if you move to villages and everything, in ponds you will find lotus very easily.
And lotus themselves are this magical beautiful flower that all we see is the outside. We don't see all the crap. Can we say crap? All the junk that comes through first, all the muck, people probably spitting in there, not even realizing what is about to come up. And so what I do is ignite the wild woman, and not the wild woman that's crazy and promiscuous and all that, even though we honor you, right? Because when I left my ex-husband, who had many other women on the side, and I felt like even worse, like I just wanted a man to love me, to grow with me, and literally to sexually want me, desire me, right? So when I left, I actually became that promiscuous crazy woman, and now I honor her. I say thank you for that time, thank you, and I know why you did that, but now we can continue to rise up like the lotus flower. And so that is what we do, is ignite the wild woman. And then once we have them in these experiences, once we ignite that inside of them, then we have this, we call it kind of like a mastermind, because we don't believe that it is that we're fixing you, because you're not broken. Every part of you, the canker sore, everything is actually a verbalization of what your heart wants to tell you. So if we believe that the one inside of you that's called the I am, God, the universe, if we believe and honor everybody else's I am, that they're okay, then all we do is mastermind together and say, how can we heal from these traumatic experiences? How can we move on? How can we honor every part of us rather than calling it bad, and even rather than calling it good? Because Shika, yes or no, like when somebody says, oh my God, girl, you are so beautiful, there's one of two things we do. We cringe and we're like, wait, beautiful? What is she saying? And we almost don't know how to accept it.
Yes.
Or number two, we immediately say, oh no, girl, you're beautiful. And we cut off the very essence of what we can aspire. Like, all we have to say is, well, thank you. Even if we feel uncomfortable, thank you so much for saying that. That made my day. And inside, I'm squeezing my butt cheeks like, oh my God, what is she saying? What is she seeing?
Yes, because the whole time we have this chatter going on that this is got spoiled and that's got spoiled and this is what it is. And receiving is such a, especially once you become a mom, receiving becomes like we just get into the zone of being a giver, and then receiving becomes like as if it's a very thing that we can't do, we can't receive. So it's
Yeah.
not, I will not say that people do not want to reach out to you. Sometimes we create these walls around us that nobody can reach out to us because we are so immersed, and
Yeah.
everything that we are going through, and whatever changes that's happened, and whatever images we are making of ourselves, it just comes like a wall. And I because I'm a very positively positive person, and I don't think that people don't try to reach out to you, or they never wanted to help you. Even if they want to help you, sometimes we push them back because we've created this another layer that keeps bouncing even something good because we can't see it. And it's strange that as a photographer I'm taking this because I was seeing it. I was not conscious of it. I was seeing that in my work I was uplifting women, and when it happened to me I realized that yes. And magical thing happened the day I dropped it, because my hair started becoming better. For in my eyes, I don't care what it happens in other eyes, because for me, I always tell everybody that my biggest compliment is not that I've been India's first baby and child photographer, or my pictures are beautiful, or my work is nice. Us, that's all there. But the best part about my work is when the mom comes and says, I am looking beautiful. I've always said that when a mom looks at a picture and say, wow, I'm looking beautiful, I have always said that I've achieved it, because we are the most critical. And for that reason, in my shoots, Yamile, I never did a Reiki. My rule was never do a Reiki, because if I go and do a Reiki, I will be downloaded coming back with all the stuff that they think about themselves or is better.
Mm.
And then my image of them would somehow come, I would be shooting what they are telling me about it. So I always read spontaneously, never met mothers, went with open eyes, and I never did any chatter. I always did chatting after my shoot, and I
Mhm.
just saw them emerging, because I was not looking at what they were trying to show. I was seeing what I was seeing in them. And then I brought that in my work. So now, how do you do that sitting in COVID times? I wanted to shoot 100 moms. But now, even better, you do your self portrait because now the camera points at you. Nobody else is like in this self portrait movement, nobody will be shooting your portraits and sending it to me because they would be sending me their opinion of themselves.
Yes.
This is going to be mothers standing up and shooting themselves and finding themselves till the time they don't tell me that this is who I am. They found them, and that picture goes straight into the book. It's
Yes.
not about just faces and mom's story. It's about through this next 100 days, the mother finds her and shoots, because your finger will only shoot what you think about yourself or others. That's the difference between two photographers, right? Standing together. I will shoot differently, he will shoot differently, only because I see different and they see different. Your baby's there.
Wow. No. But my other baby, my honey bunny, just
Yeah.
came and brought me some water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh, girl, I can't stop crying. Thank God this liner is waterproof, but
I know, thank
this
God.
this is so this is what's so amazing. So what you're doing really truly aligns with what I'm doing. You're doing it in an artistic, maybe paper version, right? You're doing it in that type of version. But in order to get that paper version, right, there's a lot of meaning. Like I'm sure you know what the meaning of this is, right?
Right, of course.
This is right. But that paper isn't the meaning. The meaning is the fact, the blessing that was inside of us, that we had prayed for years to have a son, and we got it.
Right.
You're exposing past the paper, past the click, past the pose, and you're exposing the real us, which is why this movement goes aligned so well with the crazy Yamile and with the Ignite the Wild Woman Within, why it's so perfectly married. And it's funny because I don't know, I'm just like so excited and so emotional about it, because what you're desiring desires to be out. Oh, what I was gonna say is, when we think of what is the portrait of that one that's cost millions and millions of Mona Lisa, right?
Right.
Can you imagine Mona Lisa looking at the picture and say, bruh, are you serious? You got me like this?
And yeah, and that can happen. If she came alive, probably it was another version of somebody else looked at Mona Lisa like that, and maybe she was a wild woman with the marks that you made in your
yes,
and maybe that. And that's why when people are like, we just supposed to send our photo, I'm like, no, you're supposed to do a self-portrait, and that's rediscovering yourself. But I don't take good self-portraits. Exactly. I want you to reach a point where you say, here is my self-portrait and this is who I am. And this aligns with who I am, and like whatever it takes. And it's going to be, when that page opens up, they look at it, I'm like, without reading, I know what this person is. Like without reading, I know who she is. So it's not going to be just like shots of face, like just faces and the book. Without reading the story, they would know Yamile is this wild woman. And how do you bring that? And then when a wild woman somewhere else sees Yamile, she says, I want to meet her. Because and then there would be somebody who's a shikha as well, because probably I'm not outwardly, I will say wild, inwardly yes, but I do not come yes, I walk my crazy steps all my life, but maybe a different kind of a person relates to shikha, and that page talks to her. So I need to come up like that, not a post picture or a post portrait so that somebody says I'm beautiful. I'm not interested in that. This book is all about those 100 shades of a mom. Whichever shade wants to feel, whichever shade, it could be one of the top actresses of this world coming up, and coming up as a mother and not as an actress into that book. And that could be some helper somewhere who's just going for daily wages, coming up in this book and still coming up. So this book can be like, I was seeing this book right now, I was seeing it this year, but I thought that this was going to go in volumes, because mothers will wake up and want to be part of inspiring more moms. Well, I
Yes.
don't know where it goes. Right now, my focus is 100 days, 100 self-portraits, 100 women, and 100
Yeah.
women absolutely telling each woman who picks up that book, I'm with you, reach out.
And I see it even bigger, Shika. I
What?
see little girls opening it and said, "Wild Woman." And it's funny because Wild Woman, other, some cultures, especially the Latin culture, would be like, "Wild Woman, la loca." Like that's craziness, right? But in reality, the wild woman, where the story came from, is actually the wise woman, the medicine woman, the woman that people think she's crazy because her hair is all distraught and stuff. But the wild woman is the one that has answers for us. So I'm excited to see where this is going. The dream that I have is to be able to collectively with the other wild women inside of them, so that we can step into another 100 days of something, 100 days to end poverty, 100 days to, can you imagine what kind of spin-offs is going to happen as we're coming through? And then not only that, it's like giving permission to other mothers, given permission to the one that came here, not just as a mom, right? That's just one of my roles, right? I call myself the yin, I call myself the soul igniter. I'm a mom, I'm a Latina, I'm a woman, right? There's all these titles, but the one inside, the I am, has something burning even more. And so that is what I truly desire. And thank you so much for being the fifth one. If you only knew what number 5 is, I mean, I'm
No,
honored to be number 5.
tell me about it. Tell me about it, because when I went, I'll tell you this. Mawansa was my first. She was my first, and I don't believe in all this, but I will start believing by this thing happens. So she was my first champion, and I just introduced her because she had started a book with the mission of making her book #1 bestseller, and she became after a week a #1 bestseller. She was the #1.
What?
Second and third, I've not found them what second and third mean to them. Then Renu comes up and she says, #4, you say #4, that's my lucky number, that's my number I associate the maximum with. And you just said #4 to me. I was like, yeah, now you're telling me #5. So I want to know what #5 is. I just want to know.
So the yin means the feminine energy of the yin yang,
Right,
okay?
right.
All my life, because I'm bigger than the average bear, I call it. I don't know if you ever saw Yogi Bear. If you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about, Yogi Bear. I'm bigger than the average bear, but number 5 is the balance. I'm not fully feminine. I'm not fully masculine. All of us, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, doesn't matter what you came with. We have the ability to be both.
Right.
This 100 days, you're going to be using your feminine to touch our hearts, but you're also going to be using your masculine to get this crap done, right? Because you said it. That's the masculine. So
Right.
number 5 is the balance of both of them, the
And you
balance of all of it, which is exactly what I embody, is the balance, or that I want to embody, the balance.
Right. I knew this interview is going to be special, and I also know that it's throwing more things out in the universe to attract more. So thank you
Yes.
for being yourself, and that's what I'm saying. I'm very glad I'm finding you early, because the cheering team for the coming uh, 95 numbers, like the 95 more left.
Yeah.
Uh, we need this kind of cheering up for them to say, come on board. And I'm just hearing this. And you just said yesterday, you hear, you believe, and then you say. So I'm saying it, that I've heard it again and again from many mothers and personal messages, that this book is going to create a history. It's going to start a very historical moment. And I'm saying it because you've told me to say it. And again, I will be having my relatives and friends and clients here thinking, what is wrong with her? If they think that everything is going right with me and this is happening, okay?
Yes.
And I am getting sleepless nights. I like, if my son has woken me up by any chance, I can't go back to sleep because I cannot stop having that tingling feeling of what's happening. It's becoming real, and what else is needed to push it to the right place. So
Yes.
I must say that, and I am going to post link for Yamile's, she having a session again. And I am giving this testimonial even now, whoever's watching, and I'm going to be tagging people. I always say I tag a lot of people because of the time zone differences and who really need to hear this. Please attend her session once, whenever you can. Just
Yeah.
once a session. This is no woo woo, and this is no something out of the world. I'm trying to, anybody who knows me that probably sometimes I'm even called an atheist. But for me, nature is supreme, and I've just follow nature, and my answers are there. But this is all also coming from nature. Slowly, slowly, I've started to feel that there are some more things about nature that I don't know. So I
Mhm.
am surrendering to that if it's coming my way, especially in these 100 days, whatever comes my way. But I will urge a lot of people who really need to experience something new, must go to Yamile's 1 3 hour session. I attended at 3:30 a.m. 100% sure I will be sleeping in 35 minutes. But I was so awake that a 100-week program has become a 100-day program because of her. It is because of her. I was going once, yeah, I must do this and everything. And I'm like, I am doing this. That's how I woke up that morning. Literally woke up in my soul as well. So I want to thank you, Jamile. And it's an exciting journey. And I'm coming in terms with people like you will not even allow me to say, I don't know what's going to happen. I know you guys are going to push me ahead and say it is happening, and it is going to happen just the way you want it to happen.
Exactly.
And
And
let's
even better, even better.
get better.
That is what we teach. When you ignite that wild woman that's been igniting in you, Shika, even better things are going to happen. And it's going to blow your mind. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm going to put your link the minute this goes off, but don't leave. I'm going to, I'm not very good at ending meetings. Sometimes I lose the button. So I'm going to end meeting. And thank you everyone who was, I don't know how many of you are watching, but be ready for all the tags and personal messages tagging her. And I'm going to put her latest event, which is happening on 21st August. Is that correct?
August 21st. Yes.
I'm joining in, and I'm bringing somebody in who really
Yeah.
needs. She called me yesterday. I'm like, now I know who's going with me. You are going with me into that event. So she's coming to
Yes.
the event.
Absolutely. I love it.
Thanks to Jamile for this, and anything you want to say before we exit.
No, thank you. I'm honored and I'm excited to see what this brings.
Let's see it. Let's see it. So thank you everyone. See you guys soon with my sixth one. It's every day now because I said 100 days. Earlier I used to like, yeah, next week somebody will come. Now every day somebody's coming. Somebody's coming in tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow we have a man coming in who's been a parent. He's not going to be part of this thing, and who is going to talk about parenting. Like I just relate to him totally, and he confirmed to me that what we feel, we pass it to our children, and how we pass it to our children. And he's going to just confirm it to us through that interview. And I just want everybody who's a parent, who's a mom, to hear him out and see that it's not only about us, it's all passing into the next ripple effect to our kids. And let's stop it. Just
Love
don't
it.
stop it. Our kids don't need to feel that we deteriorated because of them. They don't need to feel that the camera is supposed to be a place where pictures are made. They just need to know their memories are made there. Let's make
Yeah.
memories out of those things. Let's stop making beautiful pictures of ourselves and keep telling them that it's all about pictures. And let's get the memories part above, and this whole show business down, which is like making us feel so inadequate. So tomorrow Gary is here, and we'll join Gary, and then on sixth one will come a day later. So
All
take
right. Awesome. Bye, everybody.